What's up, everybody? It's Jeffrey Lyles. You're listening to Lyles Movie Files. I am here in the satellite office with little bro. Jace, how are you?
What up, guys?
Cooling. Big Gun Gunner, how you doing, man?
What's good? What's good? Just had to clean up a lot of spaghetti with a almost 1-year-old, so sorry I'm a little late.
Nobody knows that. Chief, what's up with you, man?
Hey, what's going on?
Cooling.
How's everything?
I can't complain.
Fellas?
Give me a minute. Jay King, what's up with you?
Man, I'm good, man. I can't complain. You know, nobody wants to hear my problems. Yeah, exactly.
Off my complaint list.
Yeah.
Fellas, we've reached another milestone. This is episode 75 of Lyles Movie Files. Give yourselves a square of applause, please.
Woohoo! Yeah!
Whoop-de-whoop.
5.
Right. Okay, so let's jump into all this stuff. Sunday, The Walking Dead decided to go straight up Game of Thrones. For people who read the comic book, they knew exactly what was going down. But for people like me and Jace, this was quite the shocker. This was the, I wouldn't say culmination, but this is pretty much the escalation of the war between the Whisperers and the four communities. And everybody decided now was the time to come together. It was fair time, and not everyone survived this episode. It was crazy because they did this big tease like, oh, is this person getting killed? Or is this person getting killed? And they didn't mess around. They actually killed pretty significant and important people this episode. I know, Javon, you've been slacking despite our pleas to watch and catch up on The Walking Dead. So I'm not going to spoil who got killed.
Oh, don't worry about that. I don't care about that. I never care about that.
Javon, I'm warning you. There was some real...
I don't care. It don't matter. It don't matter to me. I'm still going to watch it.
Okay, I mean, it has a real dramatic effect. Gunnar, you going to watch this or what, man?
I don't watch the show, man. It's like so boring to me now. Like, just tell me that I watch the episodes that are exciting, and the ones that I rarely like. When I rarely picked up that comic, right? Like, I was like, oh yeah, they in DC. Let me pick this one up because I like to do with the bet. Like, that's how much. That's the extent of my Walking Dead fandom, right?
Gunnar,
Like the do with the bet. Like, I'm good.
So what happened?
Other than that,
2 seasons have been terrible. I mean, not terrible. They maybe out of like 15, 16 episodes, they probably had 5 really good episodes, 2 or 3 okay, and the rest were slogs to sit through. Where it was like, okay, something cool is going to happen, and that typically was the case, but it was just you had to wait so long to get to the good stuff. This season 9, has been great. I don't feel like there's been a lot of slacker episodes. They have a new showrunner, and she has dramatically changed how everything played out.
well, that's good because
you
my
really
issue with Walking Dead for real was like, okay, if Gotham got better, and I was like, yo, I'm done with the show. Like, this show is terrible. If Gotham got like that much, it got better like that second season, right? I was just like, yo, this is actually watchable now. And then it got better and better and better.
Right.
I'm just like, Walking Dead got too many highs, and when it was low, it was like low.
Yeah,
it's like
really low. Yeah.
It's like do I fire this guy that was like when he's high, he's really great, but when he comes in high, like you know what I mean? I'm like, what should I? I'm like, because his lows are extremely low. So it's like
Gunner.
Stephon Marbury.
Last week's episode was the only episode that didn't like, oh, this is really good. That was the setup, and that setup paid off perfectly for this week.
Well, who died then? Shit, I want to know who died.
All right, I'll tell you. I mean, I'll tell you, but if you haven't been watching, the significance of some of these characters isn't going to mean as much.
That's the whole point. That's why I say you can tell me.
All right, man.
All right. So spoilers happening, people. You've been warned.
So basically, the Whisperers have now become like the terrorist faction in The Walking Dead. They run around in Walker skin. And
I know that part.
Hey, man, I got to set it up now. Hold on.
Sorry.
But I'm setting it up now. So the Whisperers have been going around killing people. They already killed Jesus. And when they killed him, it was a shock because it's like, oh man, these jokers aren't messing around. And typically with The Walking Dead, when they kill a semi-important character, it's like, oh, okay, things are about to get good and interesting. And then they spend 3 or 4 episodes thinking, oh man, they killed this person, and that's it until the big fight.
Right.
That hasn't been the case with this Whisperer storyline. They had been like building up to this big war since that moment. And so like I'm not going to explain how it all happened, but they killed off Tara and Enid.
Thank God.
See, I mean, but those characters, the way they played them out, it actually mattered that they killed them. It was like, shoot, you guys killed them. And I'm not mentioning a few other characters who were, one in particular was really important. It was like a real shock. But
Hey,
I like
Jeff,
how they've done this season where nobody has that veil of protection. I mean, Daryl and Carol probably, but everybody else is fair game. Chief, what do you think about that?
Well, yeah, the Whisperers for the new element this season. I like the last 3 episodes probably the best. The one, especially the one explaining how Michonne got to the way she was, all you know what I mean? How she just didn't give a damn about the communities no more. She was acting all standoffish. Just explaining the scar on her body. That episode there was a damn good episode. So, it was one of those episodes that after the episode ended, I was like, damn, yeah, I probably have to watch that episode again just to go through everything that happened. Now this last episode, with the Whisperers and the body count, I didn't see it coming. The way the leader let everybody go. I was, because everybody was meeting up, and I was like, okay, she obviously did let everybody go. That's what I was thinking. I was like, then you saw the heads in the horizon, and we were like, So the Tara was a shock to me because I mean, like I said earlier, that episode she was, alive, well, doing the thing. The kids, I mean, you don't see a lot of young kids die. Like kids die in the episode. I mean, but when you see a kid die, it's one of those episodes where it's shocking. Like for example, the girl that Rick was getting to know and he liked. And her son got nervous as they made their way through the walkers, and he started calling out for his mother.
I love that.
So, yeah, but what I'm saying is when the kid dies, it's usually like you're like, oh, it's one of those.
Yeah, it's a shocker. Like the little girls, that was a more shocking one.
Right, because when you watch Walkers, as you watch Walkers every week, the Walkers, really 100% out of the time they're adults. You know what I mean? Like you don't see like it doesn't look like any children were bitten. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Every time you see a walker, it's just adults, and there's got to be children walkers out there, but they don't really have them because they don't want you stabbing children in the head on TV.
Right.
So when I saw the kids, even though they're teenage kids, when I saw the kids up there, I was just like, damn. I said they pulled this one down. They even left the glasses on one of the girls.
Yeah, dude. Like really?
Like put her glasses back on.
Yeah, for effect.
Yeah. So, and I found myself watching the episode and then going back and then watching the people alive again in the episode. So I can match them up.
Beginning on Monday. I've never done that with too many. I shouldn't say never, but I've done that with very few episodes of The Walking Dead. But I just ended up watching the whole thing over again. Because it was like, man, really set you up to feel these people.
Yeah.
Because I think what stood out was how they had introduced so many new characters over the course of this season, and it just felt like, okay, well, they're going to be around for a long time. We've got to fill in some of these gaps of like losing Glenn and Abraham,
Well,
all these various characters, and it seemed like, okay, these are the new blood, and it's like, nope, they are not.
Well, Jeff, from the perspective of somebody who jumped ship, it seems like too soon. I'm gonna tell you this. No, I know it. I mean, I know it. I'm gonna get to it, but give me some time. I feel what you're saying exactly, because they were setting Tara up in the first half of this season to be the new leader of the Hilltop, in my opinion.
Oh yeah.
Oh, they did.
Yeah, they were. So now to hear that she's dead, I mean, I've always been hard on Tara. I've always been hard on Enid, but at the same time, they've grown to become essential cast members. They have grown to become essential cast members for the show, and to know that they're dead. I mean, I josh when I say, okay, thank God, but at the same time, it's like, damn, they were kind of built to be, like you said, the next generation of leaders for the communities of the show. So now that they're gone, my question is this: why did they let Scott Gimple run this show to the point where it was on its last legs, and then bring in Angela Chang? Is that am I getting it right?
Yeah, Angela. I think
she's kicking ass.
So good that it was like, well, we can't kill the golden goose, but over the course of the last year,
well, he's not
plummeted so much. It's like, well, let's change up.
But that's the thing about it. He's not the golden goose here.
No,
Gimple's not the golden goose.
But it was he was steering the ship, and it was like, well, the ratings are still fine. It's still the number one show on cable. Let's keep it going.
I rock the boat. I get it.
Right. And so when they started dropping to the point where it was kind of noticeable, and more people are like, well, I'd like to leave, they were thinking maybe we need to do something to shake things up.
Right.
And Angela Kang has done this show so much justice. I wish they had made the switch earlier to like the Saviors War, because I think her spin on that would have been so much better. It would have gotten rid of so many of those filler episodes where it's like, we get it, they're beaten down and they're demoralized. Let's get on to them fighting back. Because that killed that momentum in that season. Like, after they killed Glenn and Abraham, was like, shoot, what you going to do now, Rick? Oh, you're going to vote for 8 episodes. Wow, okay.
Right. And Jeff, I'm going to tell you something. The end of the Saviors War, and I know I probably said this before, was so anticlimactic that you felt like, okay, so what the hell were the last 2 seasons even for? That's how I walked away from it. The anticlimactic Rick and Negan fight, the fight that they had when they were stuck in that warehouse was filled with more drama and was more intense than their final battle.
That was really. Walkers in the fire. Fire.
Well, yeah, I mean, but other than that, their dialogue, everything building up to it, you were like, yeah, I can't wait for Rick to get a piece of him. I can't wait if you're Team Rick. And if you're like Team Negan, you're like, I can't wait for Negan to get a hold of Rick. And you know what I mean?
Yeah.
To get from that to, wait a minute, now I'm going to stab you in the neck. It was like, come on, dude, seriously? This is what you gave us?
Honestly, when he stabbed him in the neck, I was like, yo, we're actually going to kill Negan? So I thought that was kind of ballsy. I knew from the comic they weren't going to kill him. And it's one of those things where it's like, Negan is such a crucial character, apparently, that killing him too soon would have been wrong.
It would have been a big mistake. But Jeff, tell me this real quick.
Mm-hmm.
What's Negan up to right now?
Well, I think, man, season 9 has been so good, man. It's like, I'm trying to think of another show where it had 2 like really bad seasons. Oh, Arrow. Arrow was like Arrow at season 3. It was midway. It was really good, and then it just kind of fell off the cliff the second half. And then season 4 is just complete trash. And then season 5 came around, and it was like, oh shoot, Arrow's back. This is that feel with Walking Dead. Like, I'm not gonna hate and act like I didn't like some of those episodes in 7 and 8, because I really did. But season 9 has just fixed so many of the problems. Like, the walkers feel like a threat now, as opposed to back in the day where it was, oh, look, it's walkers, they're going to kill them. No, now it's like, oh, shoot, they're walkers. And they've come up with creative takes on, like, oh, shoot, here's a swamp walker, or here's this kind of walker, where it's like, okay, I haven't seen this before. And Here's walkers at a concession stand. I mean, it's just crazy stuff that have actually made them more than just the lumbering hunks of sword fodder.
Mhm.
And to answer your question about Negan, they have set him up that he doesn't really like. He's trying to figure out what his place is now, and they have done it in a way where it's not like Negan's been all cocky and full of swagger like he was when he was on top of Sanctuary.
Mhm.
And so now it's like little humble Negan, but he still has that edge to him.
He's still himself.
And right. And because so many characters who had real, genuine beef, who were there in that circle when he smashed Glenn and Abraham's head in, aren't there anymore, I think they can
start over.
yeah, like they can work him into this mix.
Which would be really smart.
Yeah, with a bigger threat like the Whisperers, they can actually work him in. Like, okay,
They need somebody like that.
yeah, they need Negan. They need a Negan, and he's not going to be the leader or anything. But I think they've finally reached a point where Negan can be useful outside of just being a big bad now.
Okay.
Because the leader of the Whisperers reminds me of Negan. Like she's cold. Like that'll be a good Negan matching wits against her would be kind of because nobody else is really that cold in there. You know what I mean? Like even after all these seasons, they like nobody has emerged. Like for a while, Carol had become like this killer, which I enjoyed seeing that about her. Like you knew Carol was gonna kill. You know what I mean? But then they softened her character up, which is fine. But we now we need to go back to like a character that's a killer. Like, cause you know after all this time you've got to have developed. You know what I mean? Some like just some gangsterism in your heart for it all.
Yeah.
But you know, funny because I know Javon was talking about this earlier. One reason he was bailing, I think this season's done an amazing job of rehabilitating Daryl, where he's not like this edgy, brooding bad boy like he'd become, and now he's like kind of dangerous again. He's not trying to be the new leader. He's like the Snake Eyes of the Walking Dead crew, or the Wolverine before the movies, where he's like just like, you know, Daryl's about to get in him when he gets there.
Like and, he always should have been.
Mm-hmm. Right. I mean, they've totally fixed him. Maybe that's the best thing they've done all season, outside of establishing the Whisperers as the greatest threat to this crew. What do you think, Jason? Okay.
Javon and anybody who jumped off, I don't know what next season holds for The Walking Dead, but I think if you've ever been a fan of this show, I think you owe it to yourself to watch this season. Because when they introduced the Whisperers, because like we were all speculating, oh my gosh, they got. Especially us who didn't watch read the comic, we didn't know there was any kind of Whispers. We just like, oh wait, the zombies evolving, like this is something new. I don't know what to do with this. Then when you saw them kill Jesus, like, oh shoot, it's people. And then you saw the reveal that it's like the Whisperers are like, oh shoot, this is really something different. And these last couple episodes have just been like, yeah, you like I said, you owe it to yourself to watch this stuff because it's been so good. As from the last, I also was like a lot of people. I'd taken a little too much of the NCA in and didn't get back in time to watch Walking Dead. So I had the part of the DVR fiasco, and luckily my system let me rewind for that last half hour that almost everybody was like, wait, that wasn't the end of the episode. What the hell happened? I mean, that was like funny, but it's like everybody was like, no, we know something happened. Like there's a scene, there was like it's like a scene cliffhanger. You're like, nah, this ain't the end of this episode. It was like, wait, what happened? Like something real happened. Like you got to find out what happened. And then it was just everybody's like, yeah, it happened to me. Did you watch it? Yes, I did. It was phenomenal.
I saw it. All right, so let's guys, catch up on season 9 of Walking Dead. The season finale is this week, and Norman Reedus said that the season finale is a stunner. And after this week's episode, I'm inclined to go along with their hype because it's been so good. And I think season 9 is definitely one of the top 3 seasons of the show. It's been that good. So definitely check it out. Moving on to the Arrowverse. I've been catching up on Supergirl. I'm actually caught up on Supergirl now.
Yay.
Yeah, so Lex Luthor, John Cryer is there. And I have to say, even though I hate the goatee because it's like, why can't you just shave for this role? I don't think he's a bad Lex Luthor. And this last episode, The House of L, was probably my favorite of this season. And just because he was Lex Luthor and he was doing all kinds of Lex Luthor things. I didn't even mind the Tony Stark super suit that he was wearing, how it just kind of snapped on him, like the armor. It's like, okay.
No, they did that for Lena when she used it.
Okay, yeah.
I mean, not Lena, Lillian.
Right. So yeah, that was fine. But I keep tripping on Supergirl, man. She's such an interesting character because she's so head in the clouds, and her perspective on right and wrong is really sketchy. Chief, what do you?
All right, so I wish I had taken notes. So you like this episode here? The week before was Wag Daddy. Straight. I mean, it was straight Chocolate Daddy the week before.
You didn't like the intro of Lex?
No, there's so many. I should have took notes because now 2 weeks go in my head, and I've tried to forget that episode for the most part. But the way they did that whole Lex escaping jail, he was sick. So this dude tried to destroy everyone, and they let him go to his house? Like, what? So I didn't even understand that. Anyways, so let's just skip. At some point in time, I'm gonna rewatch that episode. I'm gonna come back to it, and we can
break it down further. All right. So what do you think of this week's show?
This week's show was here's the thing. All right, so it was more shenanigans again. And you like John, I like the Lex Luthor type things that he did for, you know what I mean? But at the same time, you know, Lex is a guy who he has that confidence about him. He is also in like pretty good shape. Like John Cryer, when I look at John Cryer, man, I don't know because of his past movie roles or whatever it may be, but I'm just thinking of a little wimpy guy. I don't get like, damn, this is the perfect Lex Luthor. You know what I mean? For me, it's just like, okay, they got Lex Luthor doing the right thing, but they got Lex Luthor, they got
it's Ducky.
A 5 foot, right? They got a 5'1" dude playing Lex Luthor, and I don't know if I'm with that. I'm not, I don't know. So as far as Lex Luthor, I don't know with John, but like I said, I watched the episode. It was okay. I'm not sure where they're going this season with all this shenanigans. There's a bunch of shenanigans going on in Supergirl. They're trying to lose you in the sauce for some reason, it seems to me, because every week it gets more and more confusing of the characters, their powers, their abilities, who's doing what. It's a general jumbled mess in there. So,
and I will agree on this part because it feels like they have totally abandoned the whole Manchester Black storyline and the whole elite. And that seemed like a big focus in the whole Sons of Liberty. We've totally dropped them now to focus on Lex. All right, James, what are you thinking here? You got a face going.
Yes, I do. Okay. As I was talking about Gotham, in a positive sense, you can't focus on the main storyline every episode because then you're like, why haven't y'all solved this in 5 minutes? Them having multiple issues to deal with. Like we saw the reveal of Supergirl, the alternate Supergirl, in the beginning of the season. We didn't know where the hell they were going with that. So now they're telling you, hey, here's what we were doing with this. Like Lex Luthor was, is now grooming this girl to kind of make Supergirl enemy number one. Like, so he can now become the savior because guess what? Superman decided to take a 9-month honeymoon in Kandor extended. So
paternity leave.
Yeah, paternity. Right. Thank you. So, and Manchester Black is now quote unquote possibly dead. So that's the leader no more. So it's time to go to something else on that. Now, what I didn't understand is I thought the serum did not give James superpowers, but somehow it gave Lex superpowers that he only used one time to fight Supergirl and then throw Daily Planet globe on her and then pieced out and somehow she was incapacitated by a globe. Okay.
Hey, at least it wasn't a card.
Right. Yes. Chief would have I would have been note number one on Chief's take on Supergirl. But the rest of the episode's like, all right, Lex is setting up a good strategy. Supergirl is, as she said almost in the beginning of the season, she's like, I'm used to solving problems with my fist. I don't know how to deal with these regular folks. So overall, that works out very well. Is for the complete part of this part of the season. So I actually liked it. I mean, John Cryer is, beside the writers, John Cryer is nobody's number one Lex Luthor. It's just, I mean, I don't think he really cracks most people's top 10. But he wasn't horrible, and I'll take that as a good sign and see how it goes from there.
So, Gunnar, on the Arrowverse, where are you right now? We know Arrow is wrapping up next season. Are you watching any of these shows anymore?
Yeah, I gotta catch up, but every now and then you need a break. I just got tired of. I mean, Supergirl. Ain't nothing else to say. I just got tired of that, man. I like Manchester Black, but then I realized, oh, this dude ain't got his powers for it. Okay, I'm done. Next. The whole. I'm really, really tired of Brainiac's character here, and the way it's portrayed at the same time.
It gets worse
at the same time.
He's even worse.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I'm just like on Flash, I can deal with Ralph because you know what? The actor's cool. He's just dealing with annoying writing, right? Mm-hmm. But the actor's cool, and then every now and then they'll bring him out, right? Like he'll be a nice guy or something. I don't know, whatever.
They remember he's part of the cast, which is weird.
Which is still weird, but fine, whatever. But yeah, Brainiac, I'm like, I don't even understand why he's still here. I don't even like the act. The acting is terrible. Like the writing's terrible. So that character just needs to go away. So I just had to I'm taking a break from that. Then you got Arrow. I think I said this in a previous episode. I was done. I'm just like, I just need to stop and then binge the rest. Just go all the way through because I'm just, the whole flash forward thing is like I said before, before in the previous seasons, you had the island and this past and China and Russia, so you knew what it was leading up to, right? The boat, all that stuff, right? You know what it was leading up to at some point. The future thing, I'm like, I don't know where you're going. And then the present day, exactly, that's what I'm getting at. In the present day, they really don't know where they're going either. So I'm like, no one knows where they're going, and I don't really care. And usually when someone doesn't know where they're going, I get out of the car. So I have no reason to watch Arrow right now, week by week. I'll just binge it, just be like, all right, let's see how bad they got, right? Nothing's keeping me there anymore, at all whatsoever. Arrow's not even Arrow anymore. Pretend to be a cop. I was like, I don't care where it is now. That's where I left off. And Lord, I really don't care about William, old or young. I never did. I thought he was a wimp. I think he's still a wimp. Don't really care. Felicity. Moving on. So, Flash. That's the only watchable joint, right? Because Black Lightning turned into like a black whatchamacallit. Black what's that? The werewolf and the vampire and the chick. The chick
Twilight.
broke her back. Twilight, thank you. And I was like, yeah, it just turned into Twilight really quickly. And I'm like, I don't care about this chick's power. I'm trying to watch Black Light. Wow. Like, way to prove the Lyles is right when doing the whole, huh?
Go ahead.
Way to prove the Lyles is right where I'm like, damn, they really did do this too fast because now they don't know what the hell they're doing. So,
Gucci, my man.
yeah. I was like, dang, way to prove them right on that one. Like, I could have had a whole nother season of Thunder, figuring out her stuff, right? Her story arc and her little subplot is a lot easier to deal with and makes more sense than the TD Bopper thing. And I'm like, yo, are y'all trying to get the Riverdale people to watch this too? Because, I don't watch Super Archie, Dark Archie, and that was straight Twilight to me. And I was like, yeah, I'm good. Because I bailed out on Twilight, like, the second movie. I was like, yeah, I'm good. And, I ain't read those books. Like, come on now. I went through my grunge depression phase in the 90s. I don't need to revisit it now. So done with Black Lightning, right? So Flash is the only watchable one, right? And I even got a little tired of Nora and this whole secret thing because I think, Chief, you mentioned it. Like, the formula that they're continuously using is someone got a secret. First of all, Joe's gone. Like, his back, I guess his back is still, yeah. I'm like, so now I'm like, I don't have, like, I gotta say, like, he's not the glue that sticks the cast together, but he grounds everything.
No,
he's just a normal dude, the character.
He's back, and it was funny how immediately his presence was like, oh, great, Joe's back. Everything starts to make sense. And he just, those conversations they give him with Barry in particular, it's like, man, this show really needed that. And
yeah.
Because Barry just kind of flies off and does his own thing, and he's just, I'm doing this. But when he talks to Joe, Joe helps make sense of all of his actions and decisions, and it's just so much better.
Thank God, because they don't have a character to ground everyone, right? And, oh, my God, do we really need a Wells in every season?
Okay, all right. I will say this. Usually, this Wells is. Are you caught up on Flash?
Me? No.
Okay.
No.
All right. I'm sorry.
I get the point that, this Sherlock is figuring it out, but they stick that with him so they can keep this Wells thing going, and I'm tired of it. We always have like a Council of Wells every 4 episodes, right? Let me guess. No, seriously. I haven't seen it in like a good 5 or 6 episodes. There was another Council of Wells, wasn't there?
No Council of Wells. We haven't since the break. Flash, and I think I mentioned this like a couple of weeks ago. I was like, out of everybody from the book who came back from the break, Flash has been in like far better trajectory because those come back like Jeff said to ground the show because he's the only one without powers, and it's like, yeah, that's kind of nobody else thinks like that. It's like, oh yeah, that makes sense. Like, he's helped with that, and Wells is finally paid off what he's actually supposed to be doing there, and it made the last episode a whole lot better. I don't know what they're going to do going forward, but I think them taking this next break helps the conclude. It helps the cliffhanger on this part. So I thought Flash, Arrow, trash. Like Arrow,
right.
I said this a couple, I think 2 podcasts ago. Stay away from that show. It's garbage. Just stay away. You have a newborn baby. Honestly, throw a magic marker in front of your kid. It's a better use of your time. Black Lightning.
He'll probably draw a better season than these people have.
I think so.
I kid you not.
I think what's in his diaper right now better than what's going on in Flash. Arrow. Black Lightning. Yep. I tried. I've been catching up, and I'm just like, wow. y'all really couldn't thought it. I mean, it was just like it seemed like they were surprised they got a second season. Like, oh shit,
Yeah.
we
So
got to
they
come up.
didn't write the villains well this time. Last time the villains were kind of taking over. Jill Scott, old boy playing what's his name. So I'm like, yeah,
It's like,
this season it's like he's barely holding the cast together because no one's doing anything. The heroes aren't doing crap.
Chris Williams is doing like his best.
He's
But
doing
it's
his
like,
best.
he can't. It's because it's like I mean, it's like last.
He's a good villain.
It was
not
like,
writing a villain right.
he was like last season. Crest was in probably 60% of the scenes. This season, I'm thinking 15%, and it's
right.
tremendously from that. Just stay away from hero. You'll be using your time well. Flash will treat you. Flash will get you where like, oh, this is a good Arrow. Sure, I'm sure somebody will catch us up on Legends.
No one's watching that crap, dude. We don't even. I didn't even count that as an Arrowverse show. That goes over there with like Izavi, one of those other ones that got canceled. Like what?
All right, so let's move on to another superhero. Audiences got to get a sneak preview of Shazam, the latest movie in the DC universe, and critics have started to weigh in. It's about 97% on Rotten Tomatoes. I can now say that I've seen it and loved it. Probably my favorite movie, the DC Extended Universe. It's exactly what they needed, and I'm really looking forward to it. So, Javon, what's your thoughts on it? 96. You should show me.
I haven't seen it yet, but between your endorsement, Jason's endorsement, and the rave reviews from a few of my colleagues and even my cousin, I'm like, I might check it out. I look. I was with Chief, sold me on why not to go see the movie. When Chief said it looked like one of those cheap muscle suits, like the Tick or something like that, like they was making fun of the whole movie. Yeah, I was like, I see that, and it's not just from the muscle suit, but the initial trailer was garbage. It was trash. But the second and third trailer, extended trailer I saw, I was like, okay, maybe I'll give it a look on cable. But now that it's getting the reviews, and I hate to say it, but like we keep establishing, man, Rotten Tomatoes' influence is like they're the new Siskel Ebert, they're the new what's it, Richard Roper. Name the movie critics that people base their viewing experiences off of. Jeffrey Lyles, Lost Movie Files, huh? Yeah. No, I honestly I will go see this because for what it's worth, we're entering the spring summer movie season, and dude, this is the perfect appetizer for Endgame and Dumbo and Dark Phoenix. Even though I'm on an island with this one, I want to see it.
Definitely on the island with Dark Phoenix. You get your own sun, your own universe, and you will get eaten by this Phoenix.
Yeah, I'm on my own with that. I want to see it because the Phoenix saga of X-Men was one of my favorite comics, so I just got to see what
they're going to ruin it for you.
They're going to ruin it, but I got to see it, Gunner. I got to see it. I got to do it.
The X-Men cartoon actually got that right. They bastardized so many storylines from the comics.
But that they got right.
But that, it was almost note for note how it should play out. And this one doesn't look like it's going to be at all. But I did see and read a spoiler about one character in particular, so I'm actually looking forward to seeing it now.
Okay.
Yeah. But you did mention Avengers Endgame, and so we got the official news that is going to be 3 hours and 3 minutes.
Yikes.
Does anyone care, or are you like me going, is that enough time?
And I'm like, what? I just saw something, my man Kevin on stage. That man was just like, my extensive training at black churches have trained me. I'm ready. Like, I'm ready for it. I feel the same way. I'm like, dude, okay. Amistad, enough said.
Amistad, Titanic.
All the boats were 3 hours long. Like,
dude, I watched the Mothman Prophecies in the theaters, and that was like 2 hours. So
why would you do that in the theater? Oh my!
Yeah, when you're dating and you've been on a long losing streak, Gunner, you do it.
I hear
Yeah.
that. I definitely hear that.
Mothman prophecies for 1,000 addicts. But no, I mean, for what it's worth, it's Endgame, dude. For all we know, the trailers we've been watching are hooey.
Yep.
Because they said they've been filming right. So I have to see this. And everybody listening, all of y'all, yeah, I had my Marvel fatigue, but I'm gonna tell you something. The last like 7 Marvel movies brought me back into the fold because they've been the best movies I've seen in the last 2.5 years.
Yeah,
so
man.
I retract all that garbage I was talking.
Yeah, I'm telling you. I'm like,
it's like an apology episode. Chief, what do you think about runtime?
The runtime?
Yeah, man, 3 hours. 3 hours and 3 minutes.
So this is a movie, basically, honestly, you can't bring no refreshments into. Because you can't get up to go pee. So when I go into a movie theater, I grab me something to drink. I got my Twizzlers. You know what I mean? I may buy a bag of popcorn or whatever. And then, right as the movie starting to, just as that time is starting to come, it's almost the movie starting to end. I feel myself, I'm like, all right, I gotta go to the bathroom soon. Even if I use the bathroom on the way in, I'm like, all right, I'm gonna use the bathroom before I walk in. Right at that 2-hour mark, I'm like, I'm gonna need to use the bathroom. So I'm kind of wondering, like, at what point, like, do I not drink that day?
I told you that. I told you when we saw Captain Marvel. I was like, yo, you go get some water? I was like, nah.
Right, but I'm saying this is a 3-hour movie. See, I was good. I sat through Captain Marvel. So I don't know what I'm gonna do through 3 hours of the movie. What they should have done, man, honestly, they should have broke it up, and we should have had a movie maybe right now and a movie right in June. They should have done a part 1, part three of it.
You want a Matrix?
I was about to say, think of how much Matrix Revolution and Reloaded time you're like, you liked it, but you're like, I would rather have it one time.
Well, think about it. I mean, if you got 2 hours here, right, and then they put another 2 hours in the end right before summer, you guys would be happy. You go see it. They make another 750 million off of it.
We ain't talking about Matrix 3 here. We're talking about Avengers Endgame. Like, this actually this is more like a Kill Bill. I could deal with that. Can you imagine if Kill Bill just came out in the same year? Like, both of them? They filmed them together. You know what I mean?
I don't
that's different.
I'd have walked out at like
Matrix.
I mean, if you had to put me through Kill Bill,
all the Kill Bills, 5 hours.
Right.
When Bud was there, that'd have been my bathroom break. I'd have played on my phone for an hour or something. It's like,
right. No, I'm not saying to put it together. I'm saying what Chief's saying. At some point, I'm saying what Chief's saying. You put it together like you break it up like within the same year versus one big old 3-hour joint.
You're talking about one like the movies, both movies like 3 months apart from each other. That's it. So like one drops now, and then one drops, and you make each movie 2 hours or whatever you do. But
like I said, we're not talking about Matrix 3. We ain't talking about the crap burger that was.
Right.
Dude.
So 3 hours, 3 hours. Like matter of fact, like Harry Potter, the last Harry Potter.
Yeah.
Okay. When you say the last Harry Potter, which one do you mean? The last one.
The last one with Harry Potter in it.
Okay, thank you. All right, just one context.
Because it was Dark Hollows. It was part 1 and 2, the Deathly Hollows or something like that. So, it just spread it out. Just they give the people what they want. But since it's such a big movie and the last of the movies, because 3 hours is a long time. Let me just say this: you go into the wrong theater. And you're going to be sore when you walk out of there. Because you're going to watch that shit in an uncomfortable theater.
Hey, Chief.
Go to an older theater.
Chief, did you watch Lord of the Rings in theaters?
Did I watch who?
Lord of the Rings.
I have never seen Lord of the Rings, my friend.
Okay. Like, I didn't have any problem sitting there watching Return of the King, all 3 hours of those in the movie theater. if you make a good movie, like you think about it, you could easily sit and watch The Godfather 2 in movie if with no intermission. If that's how they showed it, you would be like, okay, I'm good with it.
First of all, you wasn't even born when The Godfather 3. Listen, you can't sit in no movie.
Hold on. I mean, if you watch The Godfather saga,
right? You watching?
Are we talking about The Godfather saga or just Godfather 2?
Godfather 2. I was thinking Godfather 2, but that's
okay. Because the saga, I'm sitting here like, yo, that's ridiculous. Why'd you do that?
Possible.
But Gunner, he's sitting on his couch watching it. Of course, he's gonna be comfortable watching that. You can get up.
He laying down. He's on his phone.
You can get up, go get something to drink.
Listen,
we're talking about 3 hours of straight movie. You can't leave your seat. You're not gonna be like the Avenger movies. You can't get up.
But Chief,
you know what I mean?
If you know a movie is 3 hours, you're not going to the local, not comfortable movie theater. You're going to the AMC and Lowe's with the reclining seats where you got space. It's nice and air conditioned. Like you're paying for those nice.
Nah, what if you don't have a choice, man? What if you're like in Baltimore, man? Like I'm gonna be clear. I didn't find you got to go to like Cine Bistro to find a comfortable theater in Baltimore now. I haven't been up there in a minute, but
honestly, you know what?
I'm pretty sure.
Go to the
it's still pretty.
If you can ever do this, go to the AMC in Herndon. Go reclining seats.
Dude, I've been to that one. The Worldgate joint.
Yeah, Worldgate is dope.
Listen,
that's where
I saw Deadpool 2. Yeah,
but I'm gonna be honest with y'all.
Arundel Mills Theater. And there's no reclining in some of those theaters. I don't know about all of them, but the one
I'll be honest with
you.
Mills, if I'm paying for that ticket, I don't want to be too comfortable. You know why?
You go to sleep.
Exactly.
You gonna fall asleep.
Exactly.
Well, yeah.
Shoot.
I'm telling you, fellas.
I was like, I don't want to watch this joint.
It's gonna mess up the movie for somebody.
Hey,
somebody's gonna fall asleep.
Young folks, put on your adult diapers and see what happens.
You know, that might be a good plan.
Halfway through
that might be the move.
They just say intermission and let you get up and go use the bathroom, come back in, like something.
Godfather 2 did that actually, for the record, didn't it? Wasn't there like a break in between?
I think.
Yeah, there was.
I love you. I love you, Michael. You know what I mean? Remember? And then he's sitting on the step, and then they just cut out.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a long time. 3 hours is a long time, dude.
Okay.
3 hours, you're almost to New York from here.
Yeah, no joke. No, you
drive it. It's a 3 hour flight. It's a 2 hour flight. 2.5 hour flight.
It depends on what time of day you're leaving.
So you're almost to look 3 hours. You're in Florida from here, just about. Hell, the flight to New York from here is 45 minutes.
Yeah. Decent from
So I think at this point we've all seen Us now, or most of us. Now, of course, when any black movie does well, it's a big shock that it did well at the box office. But as far as a horror movie goes, Us is 70 million plus debut, broke all kinds of records for an original R-rated film and an original property film. That was the best opening since Avatar, which had 7.
Man, I can't stand to compare this wonderful masterpiece to that Julie Burger.
I mean, like the numbers with the box office. I'm not saying that's the same thing. It's just it did so much better than any other original property since then, which is crazy. And this movie had a little bit of everything. So I want to hear from you all because I've written about it, and I want y'all to be able to talk about it. So, Jace, what's your take on it?
Okay. When I came out of the movie, I was like, I was doing like to analyze, like the humor was good, the freak out factor was excellent, and I'm still like, if you don't take your girlfriend to see that movie and freak her out at least one time, just randomly call her on the phone and do that little random noise, you're just missing an opportunity. And then the twist at the end, you're like, this is what a good horror movie's supposed to be. Like, it doesn't need the super blood, but when things were scary, like the folks coming at you, like the guy has to, hey, I call the cops. Y'all don't want none of this. And then they start coming his way. He's like, yeah, I don't want that. I'm getting in the house. Like that was so realistic. Like, yeah, I was actually just talking crap. I ain't got no gun. I'm from the suburbs. I ain't got time for this. And then what actually happened? You're like, yeah, that would scare the hell out of you. And it was just like, okay, yeah, this is definitely when if you haven't seen it, I mean, unless your teams are going to the Final Four, I really think spend the weekend watching that, and you'll truly enjoy it.
Chief, did you see it?
I did see it.
What's your take?
Well, listen, I liked it. I'm not in love with it like the rest of the fellas here. I think so yeah, it was. The movie itself was good. Let me just say that the movie itself was good. The problem I had with the movie, even like I liked the twist at the end. The problem I had with the movie is it left more questions than it answered. Like, where'd they get the rabbits from?
Like the summary.
If they were all mimicking the actions of their of the people upstairs, then who kept the hallway so clean? Where did they use the bathroom? Like what? Like what the hell? Like it was just so many other questions that I had. So once she danced, and they were like, oh, okay, so she's a god. Did they stop mimicking the people? And all from that point on, all they did was plan. Like, are these tunnels just on the West Coast? Hands across America. Like, did they just stand there till they eventually starved to death? Like what? I just had questions. Like, it was one of them things where the movie was good, the content in the movie was good, but by the end of the movie, or the way they did the movie at the end, I was just like, hold up, that explanation just leaves so many more questions for me. Like you, and then people are like, well, but I can't ignore the question. Like, what the hell's going on? So, yes, if you're gonna go and watch the movie and just enjoy it for the horror factor and some of the surprises and some of the things that happened, because I mean, it was suspenseful. It was, it had its it had its moments where you're like, oh, but I guess in that last ending part with the combined with the twist, I just had questions. And they weren't answered, and not those philosophical questions like, well, what does this mean towards racism and blacks in America? None of that question. I don't that stuff. I didn't go to see the movie for the symbolism. I went to the movie to go enjoy like a horror type movie. So now at the end of the movie, he just left me with, like I felt like there needed to be more explaining.
Like basic moviegoer questions.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Like, there's no explanation to any of this. So, and like I said, like, so did somebody know? Did they have, like, what did the rabbits fed? Who fed the rabbits? Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, if you look down there, if you look at that hallway, the lights stayed on. Who replaced the bulbs? Like, what was going on down there? Where did everybody get a red jumpsuit from? Where did everybody get gold scissors from? Like, did y'all make trips to the main level and come up and do little things? I mean, like where did y'all go? Where were y'all? And if she wasn't on the West Coast and she moved to the East Coast, does that mean the doppelganger was on the West Coast? Like, I don't know. I just had questions. So that's good movie as far as content, shock value, killings was good. Bad movie in terms of explanation. They left you with questions. I don't like questions at the end of my movie. You know what I mean? Like, and when I say questions, I mean not questions of like for example, The Sopranos. Did they kill him? Did Tony die? You know, not that type of question. Just questions of how the hell things came about. So, you know, I mean, but go see it. It's a good movie. Jordan Peele is a wonderful director, writer. You know, it wasn't a waste of money. I'll say that. I'm not giving it a bad review. I'm just saying that for me, I left with more questions than the original questions I had going in. Like, you know, I just.
All right, Gunnar, what you think about
it. So I came in for the symbolism because it's Jordan Peele. That's it in the story. So I don't watch horror movies. That's not my thing. Hell, I wasn't even scared from this movie because to me this was a thriller at best, right? Right? Okay. So I keep telling people, I'm like, it's not that bad. Like I've sat through like with like white friends in high school some of the crap they want to watch, and I hate my life. Like I was like, yo, this is why I listen to like depression songs and stuff, right? This shit used to freak me out, right? Like whatever the hell, like Skeleton Key and all that. Look, man, you know what I mean? The Ouija board movies and all that stuff like on Cinemax that you ain't supposed to be watching anyway. All the Hellraisers, Hellraiser 18. You know what I mean? Like except for the ones in space, which were just stupid. We already talked about those. But I'm just not a horror fan, right? So here I am watching this joint, and I'm like, cool. It's not that bad. Okay, it's a little gory. All right, cool. People are acting well. It's funny. Old girl from Mad Men, I was like, okay, I like her doppelganger. Like she's doing well on that one. Anyways, I came in for the symbolism, and I kind of got it. I mean, it's class warfare. I get it. You know what I mean? And then the twist at the end. I was just like, I could have guessed that twist at the end if I did not read the synopsis before reading the movie because I really couldn't wait to know what the twist was and then analyze it. That's how much I came in. Huh?
Wait, are you saying the reason you went in to go see the movie, you got before you went and saw the movie?
Yeah, I couldn't wait at all to understand what this movie was. All the think pieces came out, and I'm like, I can't not read this thing. I told you, my brain works like that. I'm not here to see the movie. I'm here to see the symbolism, and then the symbolism throughout the movie. Like, how did that carry out? So I shut my brain down and watched the movie too, right? And I'm like, yo, this is a good movie. One, two, the acting is incredible. I mean, of people, we've seen actors play, one character and then the other character and they're twins or something to that effect, right? Or the good guy and the bad guy. I mean, I would say Lupita killed this role, right? Like better than all the other ones that had a double gig, right? I mean, wow. I mean, of course, that's the point. She's a star. But, I mean, wow. Red, the way she portrayed Red, and oh my gosh, that was great. The ballet dance at the end, the fight scene at the end. I was like, that fight scene, I was just like, dude, she's better than Ben Affleck Batman right now. For real, she's better than Ben Affleck Batman.
Hater.
Like, that was like, huh?
You're a hater.
No, I love Ben Affleck Batman, but she was killing it. I was like, yo, she's okay. She needs to do some more superhero stuff because that was kind of excellent. I just thought that was like awesome, and the way the dance right there, it was just perfect. And it was just like, that dance really symbolized to me like who really is the bad guy and who really is the good guy. They really were both. You get what I mean? And
Definitely.
so I'm. What happened?
No, definitely.
Yeah, they were both, and I was just like, I get it, I love it. I totally got the entire movie. Like I was just like, oh, without reading the synopsis, I probably would have got it.
I was saying,
but,
you got the movie by reading.
No, not the twist, the actual movie, not the twist. Like the twist, I was just like, okay, fine. Like I don't really, I'm like, yeah, I probably could have guessed that if I did not read the synopsis. However, I'm still talking. Hold on. However, the what? However, like I'm watching this thing and I'm like, I see it. Like, yeah, this is last warfare. Like the synopsis isn't telling you like what what it actually symbolizes. I'm sitting here like, oh, okay. I'm reading it, I'm looking at it, I'm like, oh, yeah, I get it. And there was this one little scene that I don't know, I might have been reading into it too much, but it felt like, when the teenage girl was beating up all those girls in the house, and like the boy was just sitting there holding his trophy with his like tuxedo shirt on. I felt like that was like Jordan Peele saying, "Yeah, I know, I'd won this thing, but black women are carrying me all the way through this film." Like I said, I feel like that might be Melvin reading in it too much, but it was too much of that going on, and I was like, I feel like Jordan Peele was slipping that one in there. Anyways, I literally went to the movie to see what Jordan Peele would do so creatively, and he did it so well.
Honestly, Chief and Gunner summarized my thoughts exactly. It's a mixture of the both, so I won't beat the dead horse. I will say this though, given the questions, because Get Out left a lot of the same questions for me. I think given these questions, maybe 2 hour movies. I'm not going to shortchange Jordan Peele at all. I will say this: I don't know what his role is with this new iteration of the Twilight Zone or CBS Now or whatever it is, CBS Access.
Executive producer.
Executive producer. I would love to see Jordan Peele take on things like those vignettes of horror stories, like creepypastas for real life. Like these used to be the creepypastas, like the Twilight Zone, Tales from the Dark Side, Tales from the Crypt, the Hitch, what was it? That was the Hitchhiker? Creep Show, those kind of stories. I would love to see, because you don't have to get into the menagerie of the details. The minutia of making a full 2 hour feature-length film. I'm not gonna say he's not, because that's bullshit. He's not. It's not that he's not. It's that some things you have to suspend disbelief. You have to kind of go in as a moviegoer and just say, I want to be entertained, and I don't want to look for a hidden meaning. And we do that. We definitely do that, especially after your first entry.
Javon, I'm and I think this, I think I probably can apply this to all you guys. Like, well, no, Chief doesn't go in there like this. But are you guys coming into the movie basically looking for the M Night twist?
No. No, it's not that. It's just, if you're a moviegoer, we've seen enough movies to where our minds are working when they shouldn't be when we're watching a movie. We're smart people, and also, we're gonna be looking for, like, when I watch any movie, I may catch something that may be a bit of symbolism that wasn't supposed to be caught by the average moviegoer, because we're just slipping that in there, and you may catch that. I'm not going into it looking for it, but I may catch something that makes me say, that makes me think about something else, or it brings me to a conclusion that, okay, you're telling this story inside of the story. Like, it's like the game within the game. I'm not looking for it, but it's there and I see it.
But with Jordan Peele, he set the This is his thing. So I can't not go to a Jordan Peele movie written, directed and produced by him and say, it's like going to a Tyler Perry movie and saying it was written, directed, and produced by him and not seeing some crappy acting and shitty writing, right? Like, I know what I expect from that. I know what I expect from M. Night Shyamalan. I know what I expect from Jordan Peele. So, just to answer your question, Jason.
No, I wasn't taking it. I wasn't like trying to shoot it as like a negative, but I'm just like, almost like what Javon said initially, is like suspending disbelief. It's like I know when you go into a comic book movie, you want to see. I want to see a comic book movie that hits comic book themes. Like, I want a horror movie. I want you to hit horror, like how I summarized at the beginning. I'm like, I want you to hit horror movie things. Like, I want to be freaked out. Like, I don't go in there trying to act cool. I don't like go into horror movies trying to be like, yeah, I ain't jump at all during the jump. I want to jump during a horror movie.
Right. That's why I'm here.
Life. I want to be freaked out. Glad it wasn't me. I
hate horror movies. Like, you don't understand. I really do. Like, because some of the horror movies are like, based off of like real spiritual things that I actually do believe in, and I'm like, I don't mess with that kind of stuff, dog. So this, to me, was not a horror movie. You get what I mean? Because that stuff I stay away from. Now, again, the Funhouse freaked me out. Okay. But that was the only part that made me jump. Everything else, I was like, if I had a gun, this wouldn't have been a problem.
Okay. I guess what I'm wrong is the reason you could actually go see this movie is because you came in not wanting to make it a horror movie.
No, not at all. I was there scared as fuck. Like, damn, I gotta sit through this horror movie to see the symbolism. Like, you get what I mean? That's the way I came into it. Like, I was really freaked out. So after with the Funhouse, I was like, here we go. Then after that, I was like, oh, well, the rest of this is okay. The rest of this is like a thriller. Okay, cool. Again, let me again preface this. When I talk about a horror movie, it's those things that really do freak me out, that are really close to life things. This was not. This was an easy open and shut. If I have, as long as they don't like kill my 30 magazine rights, I'll be fine. You know what I mean? Because it's like, to me, that's like the Klan sitting outside my door. It's only 4 of them. I'm going to shoot them. That's it.
All right. Let's go on to this next piece here because I want your thoughts on this. Back a few months ago, Steven Spielberg came off like the old man yelling at the sky about Netflix films being up for Academy Awards. He kind of argued that movies that are available on TV for moviegoers to see that way diminish the theater experience. So, of course, there was a lot of controversy this week when Apple debuted their Apple TV Plus service, and Steven Spielberg is front and center talking and promoting this service. And a lot of people were like, how are you going to talk about Netflix if you're going to go shill for Apple Plus TV?
They paid me.
They paid him. He's full of shit.
Man, I can't suck my teeth any louder.
Right.
Oh my
They paid him. Steven Spielberg is full of garbage. That's all that it needs to be
It's the last
said.
Steven Spielberg movie that actually like hit it. That wasn't like
Crapaton.
huh?
No. Yes, if you can.
Blue Tarzan, Crapaton.
Area, what was
Which
that?
one?
Area 50?
Seriously, your David James Cameron movie. So which one?
No. What was the one was kind of like, it might not have been Spielberg. It was like kind of like a throwback one where like the kids were trying to find some kind of
Stranger
alien.
Things.
I rest my case, guys. I rest my case.
Okay, I'm sorry.
The milk's gone bad.
Really? I give those movies 4 thumbs down. No, seriously. No, seriously. Like, when was the last great Steven Spielberg movie that we sat through other than E.T.? Thank you.
He's made good movies.
Dude, I'm gonna say Catch Me If You Can.
He did the one with Tom Hanks, man.
Catch Me If You Can.
The one with Tom Hanks and what's his name? Leonardo DiCaprio.
Catch Me If You Can.
One.
That stunk.
Ready Player One.
Player One was an average movie for Steven Spielberg. Remember, he was on the top of the game, man.
Wait, he did Lincoln. He did Bridge of Spies.
Yawn.
Indiana Jones.
Lincoln. Okay, I'll give you Lincoln.
Yawn.
I'll give you Lincoln. No, Lincoln got Academy Awards and stuff, like, right?
Man, it got an Academy Award, but man.
He tried to slip that in on y'all, and y'all didn't purposely just drop the mic and judge him for trying to throw in Indiana Jones and the Crystal Skull.
That's
we don't talk about that movie.
Is that a movie? Yeah.
That movie was a turd on fire.
That movie was really a Bernie turd diaper in a hamper.
Hey, Jeff, didn't you like Ready Player One?
I did like Ready Player One. I'm defending
That's what I'm
Ready
saying.
Chief.
But it was like, that's an
stuff.
average movie that
It was all right.
below Spielberg, normal Spielberg caliber. So I'm gonna say it again.
I'm not.
Ready Player One was member berries to me.
Hey,
That was member berries.
remember this?
Remember Optimus Prime? You remember? No, I'm good.
I liked it, and I liked it in 3D, and I bought the movie.
Oh no, it's very appealing.
Oh, visually,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
plot and acting, again,
Hey, man,
Spielberg.
I don't need all that for my movie. I just need a
Anyway,
pretty-
I say all that to say, sorry, I
dig it.
digress. We've digressed. I say all that to say, one, I rest my case because it took us that long to even get there. Two,
Where's she flash here?
like, no. I'm talking about thinking about what's last Spielberg. It took us this long to get to that point.
Private Ryan was the best Spielberg movie. Was the last great Spielberg movie I saw.
Yeah, that was like everything.
That was 20 years ago.
We're gonna put
But that was a while ago. Anyways, my point is,
Yeah.
He's saying all this crap because he needs Apple to do his own streaming stuff because he can't compete with people that are doing better than him in this realm of thinking, like movies. So Netflix is killing it. He's just trying to he's downplaying the streaming stuff, but he's like, well, let me get on board with
Get in where you fit
over
in.
here that are also late. You know what I mean? Late
to the game. Get in where you fit in.
And so there's that. Like pretty soon, James Cameron, who was talking crap about superhero movies, going to do like
he's going to find
Wonder Woman 5.
to do.
Yeah,
no, you know what he's
going to
do. You know what he's going to do, Gunner?
Umbrella Academy the movie.
He's going to take some action comic, little remembered or something like that, or do the Rocketeer. Who knows? He's going to take something that we have virtually forgotten, and he'll make that his own.
I was going to say the Phantom, but somebody did that already. Spirit.
He can do it again.
Yeah.
Nobody remembers Billy Zane's Phantom, please.
I do. That's why I mentioned it.
right. Yeah.
I want that Defenders of the Earth movie. Defenders. All right, so now.
Yeah, but James Cameron would screw that up, wouldn't he? I don't know, man.
He glitched it up. Anyway, I just want him to stay busy with Avatar 2 and 3. Fellas, so now is that special magical time of the week. Who are your dummies of the week?
Let me tell you who the dummies of the week are. The American people, man. For anyone who thought, because I didn't think it, I'm going to be honest with you. I knew nothing was going to come out of that Mueller report. So, how long, how long was that shit? How long did this dude do this report?
2 years.
Yo,
nothing? I knew that. I knew nothing about
nothing? For nothing to come out of it?
Cheese sandwich.
That is just, it was hilarious to me how, while doing this investigation, you indicted and locked up several different...
so many subpoenas.
Other people.
Subpoenaed, locked up, yeah. So many other people, but then when it came down to it, so many other people for colluding and lying, but when it came down to him...
Sosa, yeah. You got enough.
You couldn't find so like
the worst chess game ever. He's like the worst chess player ever. Don't forget all your pawns, but
Right. It's like almost like he moved the pawn and then laid the queen down. Like
right.
Two moves and you can see. So yeah.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh.
She's my man. Gunnar, how about you?
I was gonna say the American people for different reasons, but yeah, the American people get it from me too. Cause I'll give them first off. There's still some people out here that was like, see, I told you Juicy Smollett didn't do it, and most of people in my because you got to expunge all this stuff. You got diversion, expunge, 40 hours for your service, whatever. Everything dropped. Good lawyers, good money, whatever, right? But he's famous. He OJ'd the game. I call it. That's kind of what happens, right? But American people still like, yo, I told you didn't do it. I'm sitting here like, well, then who attacked him? Everybody quiet. So that's all I'm like. Get out of here, man. His attacker, you know what? His attacker was the actual person that killed Nicole Simpson.
Bigfoot.
There you go.
Chandra Levy's killer, all that.
The same people that killed Tupac and Biggie, they found them. Yep, that person. Anyways, I'll move on. So not just from him, but I'm hearing like people really mad at Cardi B. Like, look, she was a stripper. Strippers do that. That's okay. Sorry, background.
Explain what you did because I didn't know about it.
Exactly. So let me explain. So Cardi just kind of like went off the mouth and said that she used to like roofie dudes, drug dudes, and like steal their dough and all that stuff. And I'm like, yeah, she was a stripper.
Wait a second. Now Bill Cosby can get away with that, but Cardi B gets the stripper pass.
Yes, because he gets the stripper pass. Like Bill Cosby was keeping chicks randomly against their will. These dudes were at least trying to get her in the hotel room, right? You know what I mean? Like, peelers are stealing.
They didn't want to get roofied.
Here's the thing. Nicki Minaj basically said during an award show, "Hey, Michael B. Jordan, you can shoot it anywhere," right? Had there been a man saying that same thing to a woman at an award show, like, "Hey, you can get this thing here, it's all yours."
Right. One sounds
over.
creepy, the other one sounds inviting. Right?
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. So
it's just the standard.
Weird.
It's the nature of the beast. It's
Oh,
the
and
double standard on the other side of things. I
want everybody to be on the same page. Now, if a guy does something, a woman has to be held to the same standard. She cannot get a stripper pass.
In a perfect world,
sure.
We know everybody's lost their damn mind.
Doesn't exist.
Yeah. All I know
We're not in
is,
the perfect world.
I'll give you
That's
this,
what we're
though.
discussing.
I'll give you this. If a dude comes forward saying, "Hey, man, she must have did that to me," and then like 5 dudes come forward, hey, guess what? Probably should happen. You know what I'm saying? Like, but ain't nobody gonna come forward. Ain't no dude gonna come forward.
Nope.
Nobody's gonna come forward.
Everything girls.
I still smashed at least.
Yeah. I used to roofie girls to get my thing, but you know.
Like dudes take drugs.
I was trying to survive.
Like, come on, man.
I was trying to survive. Hey, Cardi B, let me tell you something. There are other ways, okay? You're not trying to survive.
Well, she said that was in her past, so she don't have to do that no more.
Oh, well, good for her. She's turned a major thing.
Just like
all I know is if the dudes ain't gonna come forward like
yeah, I was dope by Cardi.
Like
well, honestly, Chief, Gunner, you don't know. Jace, Jeff, you don't know. There's got to be one opportunistic dude that may say, "Hey, wait a minute," you know.
Let's be clear. What she steal? Like $200? Like, let's be clear.
$100
like
a fake Rolex watch. You know what I mean?
Right, like a couple of fake watches.
A fake Rolex.
But I hear you, Jeff. I'm just saying, you know, this is commonplace, and if you fell for it, that's on you. That's me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, Javon.
Don't take strippers home. That's it. American people for Juicy Smollett. Yeah. American people for Juicy Smollett and when Cardi B for fickle ass Americans.
All right, Jace, you got one now?
Juicy.
Juicy.
All right. You guys got some good ones. I went to a certain site and found that somehow Lil Wayne has misplaced a book of his rhymes that he wrote. Wink, wink. And somebody else wants to sell them. And Mr. Wayne thinks that is his property, and he demands it back.
What do you pay for him?
Exactly. He's like, it is not your property to sell. It's like, yeah, there's a whole industry of finding rich people stuff and selling them. It's like, ask what happened to OJ when he thought that was his property. It is not your property. Yep. You have to just accept it. Hey, pay the $250,000, and we can check and make sure your handwriting is actually yours and you wrote those. But well, no. Yeah, but
that's funny.
I don't think that's gonna happen. So we're gonna have to say I'm gonna go with my version is Lil Wayne.
All right, Jay King, how about you?
I got 3. Number 1, Washington D.C. springtime tourists. Take off that goddamn MAGA hat. Sorry, Jeff. Take off that silly
on the right side of the metro
and stand on the right side of the metro escalators, please. You are on vacation. I am in the drudges of a work week. So when my Blue Line train pulls up or is 1 minute away, which is really more like 22 seconds away from pulling off, and you're standing in the whole escalator saying, "Where's Caitlin? Have you seen Caitlin? Caitlin!" Right. Get your egg-shaped Midwestern MAGA hat wearing ass on the right side of the escalator. Single file it to the middle of the platform and then you look for Caitlyn's little wandering ass there. Because if I have to miss another train because of you stupid people, I'm gonna go full ham salad. Get out of my way.
Listen. No, don't be sorry.
Please
I swear to goodness.
Please interject.
I swear to goodness, I ain't interjecting to disagree. I swear to goodness, if one of y'all Bamas decide, Bama, Manga, Bamas, all of you, combinations, all of you, like if any of y'all Manga and Bamas and combinations decide to get on the train before I get off, my bony shoulder will be in your chest. Jeff, you were talking about equal opportunity. Old, young, woman, man,
children,
don't care.
ABG.
Listen.
Anybody can get it.
Anybody can get it. I swear to goodness, these bony shoulders have been in old white women, my bags and knocked over old ladies that didn't understand. Yeah. I'm like, if you got a hip pack on, that's a target for me. Don't try it.
Hey, Gunner, I barreled down that escalator like the juggernaut. I'm waiting.
I barrel up. What's funny to me is
hey, look at it. I put 300 pounds above my chest nowadays. I will rough you off. Period. I'm going to rough you off. Period. Number 2, my dog, he's an idiot. Don't eat balloons, dummy. They're not food. They're not food. Balloons aren't food. Don't eat them. Don't eat them. You're sweet kids, but Jesus Christ, just stop doing what you're doing. Number 3, since I'm getting the red light here from the Oscar handler. He's playing me off the stage, folks. I gotta say, people in parking lots right now, people can't park anymore. Like, it's like cursive writing. These are simple skills that we really should reinforce. Writing is one of them. Parking is another, because I've seen some really horrendous violations in several parking lots over the last few weeks. We got to get it together. Because if you scratch my car, I carry a knife at all times. You're going to have 4 flats. All times. Let it be known. You're going to have 4 flats. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Get ready. Go to Costco, please. Check the prices. That's all I got.
Or the knives or the tires?
Hey, either one. I've had to write notes on people's cars before, man. Like, not write notes on their cars, but like write a note and put it on their car. Mm-hmm. I put it on this Beamer, and it was like, one of those. It's like this thick paper, like, and it was raining, so I knew that joint would hopefully soak through on the paint.
Oh yeah.
So I wrote that joint in like a mark. I was like, way to park like an asshole. And it was like, this dude was caddy corner, close to the curb. It was the only park in this old parking lot, like, where I used to work, right? It was in Atlanta, so I was like, I'm just going to be a dick.
Oh, Gunner, so let me tell you. Somebody, when I had my robe, left me a 1/4 inch to get into my car. Luckily, it was the passenger side that was facing my drivers, and they left me a 1/4 inch to get in my car, basically. So, of course, I flattened the front passenger and the rear driver of their tire. Yeah, I'm savage. Finish him.
I'm just leaving a note.
No, you
note worked enough.
You did the calm adult thing. I did the angry teenager thing. I flattened the tires. I don't play that. You gonna learn today, young fella. Sorry, I'm sorry. It's what it is. Sorry, not sorry. It's what it is. I'm truthful.
All right, fellas.
Hey, this just in. Sandra Bullock apparently was offered the role of the Matrix, of Neo in the Matrix, before Keanu Reeves.
That was Will Smith, apparently.
Everybody, they want everybody for that, huh?
Really? I just read this just now. I was like, as we're speaking of Sandra Bullock, otherwise I would have brought it up. Yeah. I was just like, whoa.
I would have loved to seen Chris Tucker as Neo.
That would have been hilarious.
That would have been
annoying.
Hello. You know what? Hello. All right. Next episode, we'll try to recap some big movies.
Yeah.
I'll give that assignment to you. So
Hey, the Superman cast is Nick Cage. Jeff, we need an episode dedicated to that.
Thanks as always. Thank y'all out there for listening. This episode of Loud's Movie Files has been filed.